back to Griffin, Indiana. I am Black Cat FS, and we still don't have a title. That is because, let's switch the engine on first. That is because I've literally finished the last video and come straight onto this one. And titles are not important, he says. To save some time, I've already bought, just before I come on, I've already bought our next bit of kit. It was only cheap, like 1,000, what was it, 1,480 I think it was. And that is a mower, because what we're going to do is we're going to quickly, it's not going to be quick. I don't even know why I said quickly, because this is not going to be quick, or the whole process isn't anyway. We're going to do, that's one of them coins. I read before we came on that there's coins around here. Now I don't know if I want to be collecting them or not, because you will get money for them, won't you? I'm not sure if I want to do that yet. We'll have a think. So yeah, we've got this little mower. It's only something like 1.4, 1.6 meters. It seems quite heavy out in the back of here actually. 1.4, 1.6, something like that meters wide. But it was also dirt cheap, and it only takes something like 15 horsepower to run it, which for us at the minute is something we really need to consider. Look at these gates closed. Get that out, and how do we want to go around? If I go around this way, then that's going to leave quite a big bit of space, isn't it? I don't want to be doing that. Let's go around this way. But not bang into the fence. Right, it's already lowered. Switch it on, and away we go. Ah, it's cutting that. Not that though. Right. So some of this sort of brush, it was cutting down. But then some of it's just making it disappear. We might as well go all the way down and go around that sort of clump of trees in the middle. There's no point in not doing that, is there? We'll keep them trees there for now. Because we've still got, what have we got? Just under 78 grand. Although I mean that's going to go very quickly, considering all the kit we need. This is going to take some time, innit? I'm glad it's getting rid of all that brush though, because I didn't really expect it to. I thought it was just going to leave it. See what it does with this bit here. It's just clearing the land there. Is that showing concrete underneath? I wonder if that'll plough up. I might just have to go around that. If it's sort of gravel. It looked more like gravel, didn't it, than concrete. Yeah, it is. More gravelly than concrete. I didn't like that turn there. See if we'll get rid of this bit here. Yeah. It might still plough up though. I think given how this is set out, there's so much we can do with this. Because I also think it's deceptively big. You can see the blades turn inside, can't you? It looks good. I've never... In fact, I haven't used this mod before. This is one I've downloaded since playing on it before Christmas, so looks good. That you could get a full sort of cover on this if you wanted, but I left it off hoping that you'd be able to see inside, and you can, which is pretty cool. Now we're going to bale this. As yet, I'm not sure what baler we're going to use for that. I might start trying to go up and down a bit more. Yeah, I don't know what baler we're going to use as yet, because I don't know the prices of them, and I can't spend a fortune on a baler. I also don't know whether, if we can buy a cheap tedder, I might look at the price difference between grass and hay, and if there's a decent sort of price difference, I might do hay instead of the grass. But I mean, this is just sort of that meadow grass, isn't it? It's not like a grass field. I mean, something I could do which would be a bit different, especially at the start, I don't know how we're doing for finances, like, is I could put, like, straight away use some of the space for animals. It would have to be either cows or sheep. Do you know, I'm not even sure if there's any new animals in game. I did see, but I think that might have only been on a certain map, that there's goats now. However, I think that was possibly just on one particular map. I'm going to get around there. Yeah. But yeah, it would have to be sheep or cows. Because the only resource I've got is grass. I mean, sheep is interesting. We would never normally start a map off like that. Do you know, I never even had that idea beforehand, but I think that's quite an interesting idea now. If I can fit sheep in Hero, that is. We'll see. We'll get this done. We'll see what sort of what money we can get for the bales, how much we're gonna have to spend. What's that there? Right. Let's put this to one side. Yeah, see how much we're gonna have to spend on a baler, and we'll sort of weigh the cost up. I mean, if we are gonna get sheep, we will have to get a tedder, won't we? To store the hay. But if we do get sheep, I think that pretty much would rule out doing any arable for the first year. I don't think we'll be able to afford a harvester. We'll have to see as well, see if I can get free water in here somewhere. That's something else we need to consider. I'm sure there will be. Normally on a map like this, there's something, isn't there? Whether it's a lake or a river or even like a small sort of beck or stream. Right, I'm going to get this finished and then we'll look at what we can do next, whether it's just windrow straight away or whether we're going to ted it. Right, we finished the mowing. I've went and spent £2.5 grand on a tedder because I'm kinda going to hedge my bets a bit here. If we don't do animals, then let's have a look. I haven't even checked the prices, to be honest. What have we got? So we've got grass at 41, hay at 51, so regardless, we're going to make more money out of it. If we do animals, then, well, we need it. Oh, and I've realised as well, this on the ground, it isn't gravel or anything, it's that, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's something like forest floor, isn't it? It's that sort of texture. So it will just plough up. I know I've mentioned it before, I mean, it was quite a while ago, but one of the things that FS22 absolutely nailed was the tedding, wasn't it? The way the grass looks when it's being tedded, absolutely brilliant. So much better in comparison to 19, that is. Let's get that closed. Gonna have to get something to get them stumps out as well, aren't we? can't remember how much the one we used on No Man's Land was. I'm trying as well. I'm going to try to not use the same sort of equipment. There's a lot more sort of smaller equipment out now than what there was when we first started No Man's Land. So it shouldn't be too difficult. Right, that's going nicely. Let's get this finished and we'll look at Rona after. We have a windrower. I can't remember. I think we used the Tedder version of this in No Man's Land. I don't think we used it as a windrower. If we did, I apologise, but I didn't have that many options, to be honest. And it's not even because of the size and sort of just how convenient it is. It's for the price as well. It was 1,300. I think the cheapest after that was about £5 and it was tiny. It was from the one of the base game ones. It was like 2 meters or something like that. So in the position we're in at the minute, it seemed daft not to. I actually think it's a little bigger than what I need for this area, but I think it's better having it being a little bit too big. I mean, on here it's fine. It's just going around some of the bends. But yeah, I'd rather it be a little bit too big than taking all day. Just do some windrowing. And then we need to look to see what we're going to do with the bales. Because it's going to have to be bales. We can't get a forage wagon. Well, for a couple of reasons really. A, I think it'll be too much. B, we've got nowhere for our forage to go. Get that off there. That bit up there should pick up alright. And then have we still got this middle bit here? We have. It's going to mess that row up, but it's one of them things, I suppose. Just about. I tell you what, I know I said I think it's a bit too big, but we've absolutely flown through that bit. And now, I don't know where I'm going to put it. I've got nowhere to put it. Oh, I could put it in here, couldn't I? I could put it in the old shed. Because I want that end bay there, I want to use for bales. I'm going to get through here. Oh no. Unless I do... I know what I can do. I will just... It shows how quickly it turns there. even when I didn't want to. That was just my bad driving that. Right, there we go. I'll leave it there. And then we can just drive straight through next time, can't we? When we need it for the next cut. Which hopefully the next cut will be a properly ploughed field unless we get a new piece of land. Which, given the money we've got, I'm not sure how we'd achieve that, but there is some smaller bit, like some really, really small pieces. Tangent. It's already starting to look dirty, isn't it? I mean, I know we've got dirt on high. Right. We'll have a look together this time. Let's look at balers. So we've used this before, 22 grand, we used that on No Man's Land. 120 centimetre bales, which we know are only really small. I'm looking more at the price. 30 grand, 125. The good thing about them, 17 grand. Ooh, 60 horsepower. It's a little bit high on the horsepower, but it's flat. We might get away with that. Because what I was thinking about is getting that. I know the bales, where's the bale size? 49 centimetres. So they're tiny. However, and we could never wrap them, which I know we can't wrap these ones this time because it's here. But there, and I also know there's a cheap wrapper. There, 4 grand, which is like mega cheap, isn't it? So I mean, for ones after that, John might spend that 17 grand on that bale. I didn't even know that was there. What do I do? Do I get that for 8? But they spend hours and hours picking all the small bales up. Or do we get that and hope we have enough horsepower to pull it? It's got to be this, isn't it? But then we've got no. If you just heard that, that was me just knocking the mic. We've got no way of moving them bales after, have we? Because I don't have a front loader. So I've got nothing to move them bales. It's going to have to be that. Yep, 8 grand. Let's go for that. I wanted the other one. I'm not even going to lie. I wanted the class. But... and I didn't even mind spending the money on the class. But if I spent the 17 grand on the class, which was more than double of this, I'd have then had to get a front loader, which I'm 99% certain you can get on here. I'd have had to get a front loader, pay for that, pay for everything that comes with that. Tell you what, I'll just stay here. Don't mind me. Yeah, everything that comes with that, which would be an even more expense. I think we just have to live within our means for now, don't we? I mean, God, it's only a second episode. Get them closed. Get that unfolded. No, I've not used this. However, I do know that these bales are going to be tiny. There's a 49. Oh my God, look at that. Did it say 49 centimetres? I hope you can pick these up. I hope there's not some like daft glitch where you can't pick these up. There we go. We can pick these up. We're going to produce a lot of these, aren't we? Aren't we ever? It's not the easiest thing to handle either, and the pickup isn't. I'm not going to say it isn't perfect, because some of it's probably down to me not driving straight. But I'm definitely missing. I'm not hitting every piece, am I? I'll have to keep going over that. More so, if we are looking to get sheep straight off. Because I don't think it'll let us place anything if there's like the smallest bit of hay on the ground. Let's get that out of the way. And that one. Am I still picking up? We are. There's going to be loads of these, isn't there? I wonder, I'm quite curious, how much one of these bales will get us. Because I can't imagine it's going to be much. Right. I am going to finish this, and then we'll come back when we either start picking up, or more than likely towards the end of the ordeal, because I think that's what it's going to be. It is going to be an ordeal, isn't it? So, no problem. Okay, as usual, this has gone on a lot longer than what I thought. So when we were going to try to keep videos to sort of 20 minutes, there's another one. I think we're already well above 25, but this is what we've been doing. Let's have a look. How many? 106 mini bales we've got up here, which I'm really worried about the bale limit. I don't know whether 106 of these counts the same as 106 8,000 litre bales. So we're going to have to see about that. But we've got, if we do end up doing sheep in here somewhere, we've got hopefully enough food to last out the winter, because we won't have too many. And will we get another cut? Possibly get, there's another one as well, possibly get another cut before we potentially get any sort of real bad weather. So, I think we've made a decent start. 2 episodes in. I think for the next episode, we're going to look to divide this up somehow, see what we're going to do with it. There's issues around each, isn't there? If you put arable in, you need a harvester. Animals, you don't get an instant return, and they're expensive to start. So I don't know, but I'm going to leave it here for now. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.
PlayStation